Hello, everybody. So, as you may have been able to tell, the channel has kind of went to crap, and there's multiple reasons for that. Got a job, got a bunch of copyright strikes for Mass Effect stuff, just a bunch of junk in general. So I'm gonna just basically reboot the channel completely. Don't know what all is gonna be on it. Um, I do know I do have some stuff planning and going to record a bunch of it very soon. Now that tax season is over, because I work at accountant's office, and maybe even get other people in. Um, so let's just start with a server tour of our server. Me, PJ, and a couple of buddies have a server going. It's a we call it MagiTekk because we have the Tekka New Frontier, and then we added a bunch of mods to that. So here's like Ars Magica stuff right here. This tower isn't finished; it's just like a preliminary design. I like it, but the claim to fame of the server is over here. It's New Tech City. So the whole wall isn't done yet, but okay. So this is the laboratory tower right here, and we'll go in all these buildings soon. This is the apartment complex. This is the welcome center. This is the wall. There's going to be underneath the wall. There's going to be a railroad track all the way around, using steep carts too. There's a lot of carpenter blocks. So that's how we are able to have like a diagonal right here. Frankie and PJ basically did the wall here. Frankie did a lot of the grunt work and a lot of the design of these little things. I did help out with the diagonal just because it's very weird to try to do. So we did that there. Pretty proud of it. We might put some slopes on the inside here to make it smoother. But we just kind of got burnt out when we did this. It took quite a few hours. But we'll go in from the outside. Everything... oh, here's our power plant. I'll show that later too. Everything in New Tech is supposed to be designed so that you can access it without any kind of tech. As you can tell, I have a jetpack, but for some reason I lost the jetpack. Then I would like to be able to get into. So we're going to go into the tower here. Okay, so here's the laser grid soldering table. I got a whole power system hooked up. This is the auto crafting bank for use with the applied energetics mod. If we go down here, we haven't done anything with that yet. So here's the main power room. I got a redundant battery with a power system here. One battery leads directly over to power our storage system that's currently off. I'll go turn that on here in a bit. These are my personal design using logistics blocks with advanced extractors to be able to have basically portable items, so anybody can access the server. So if I had a building over there and I wanted to do get items from it, from our main system here, I would be able to do that with these. The only problem with them is for every separate system that you pull from, you need a different chest. I haven't figured out how to do it in a better way, and I don't like applied energetics quantum thing. I don't like that. So as you can see, I do have a condenser, but I just make matter balls because the singularities are way too expensive. And here's our pattern system. Go up another floor, main machine room. Basically, I have this condensed as much as I could. These are illusion blocks. So, I have that same system that we were talking about that feeds directly into the system. The power goes down here, and I use a combination of Buildcraft. What mod those pipes are. Yeah, there we go. Thermal expansion item ducts. I'm just going to leave that on for the rest of the video. Okay. Some Galacticraft stuff and infusers for our jetpacks and junk. So basically you can put diesel ore in the pulverizer, it'll automatically go into the furnace and automatically drop back into the system. Got some liquid in there. Okay, here's the Tinker's Construct. That's supposed to be... This is where we can make some funky tools like this battle axe that gives me a boost to stuff, also poisons me. Got some tanks, all the systems back here, you just load the tank, do the input. I'm not doing a tutorial on all the mods. I purposely left this window. This is just a conduit that has a network cable, and you'll see what that's for. Okay, this is the enchanting table. This is, I believe, Edgar named him. I used the name tag to keep him there. And I have this unhooked right now because we have an absolute ridiculous amount of ink now, but this is basically a rancher that pulls ink from, because we have, as you can tell, we use a lot of white and black ink, or bone meal and black ink, so a way of... So this is our berry farm. It needs a dark place. The dispenser's there because I had a trap with the cookie jar, as you can hear. Shoots arrows, but you have to remove this piece of curtain, and so I removed these pieces of curtain and put like a little thing, and then had somebody open it. Here's milk in the paint mixers. That's kind of what paint does. You can put patterns on them. There's our Mythcraft worlds, which honestly the Mythcraft worlds that we use them purely for mining. This is an invention that I will get to later. This is our big reactor setup, our atomic science. Yeah, atomic science setup. I configured this. The way we do our server mainly is I do a lot of the mechanics, and PJ and Frankie and do a lot of the putting stuff together. And then T-Man, Terry, he just does his own thing. Okay, there's Ars Magica. This is my personal office. So I got lighting. Here's my bed. And I just have a lot of stuff going on. I do a lot with computer craft. This is just kind of a bunch of junk. I purposely kind of have a random variety. I just like the look of it. But we'll go ahead and turn on the main power breaker. So this is something I used a bit of code from a couple different computer craft things that I saw on YouTube and Pastebin and stuff like that. But I used a lot of that, and also my own code to kind of come up with this. But I needed a good way of displaying it, so I kind of stole the display, as it were, but then wrote the code that made it work. So that's where the networking cable is coming from. It's actually going down and hooking into the batteries to see how much power they have. And once it gets down to a certain point, it'll kick on the power plant over there and fill it back up, and then it'll turn off. A lot of little design things just for the hay of it. Here's a jukebox. Just touchscreen play stuff. Super simple. Some things. See, the thing about it is I would give credit where credit's due, but I honestly don't remember. I watch tons and tons and tons of videos on people coding and coming up with stuff, and I just take bits and pieces and then write my own stuff to make it better and or work for what I want it to work for, you know, that sort of thing. And I think this whole design setup with the code that will interact with all these at once, I believe that was just blatantly stolen. I can't remember what I did there. But we got little design elements, but I like the lab. That's from where me and Frankie had like an air jousting fight. Like the ink, we just have way too much. So the rancher is definitely a good idea, but we just have memory banks stuff. I mean, it's all pretty self-explanatory. If you know anything about the mod, you'll know how to use it. So I have been experimenting with a couple other things. For instance, I figured this out. Which is very nice. You're wanting to move big objects. I mean, it keeps almost everything. It did not keep like paintings and stuff. So you know that can be a problem. Got the apartment complex. Now the apartments were really cool when we first set them up. This was really early into servers life. People have kind of done their own thing, and we've been all like hardcore working on getting this all to work and designing it, so we haven't really had time to mess with apartments. Although Frankie is the exception. He's kind of decked his stuff out. There it is. Maybe he had a secret. So this is the little area that he designed, which I stole from there. And then me and him kind of worked together to get like a little squid dispenser so he could have an aquarium. Good stuff there. And then my old room is pretty much blank because I moved to the office. So here's the welcome center. I wrote a little simple code for being able to write on the message board. So you just enter your name and then, you know, write whatever. I could go through the wall, but that's pretty uneventful. And go back to my office. And there it is. So this I really like the idea of. Basically what I did was I took the redstone emotion stuff and added some wireless redstone. Hit it as long as you stand on top of this pad here. Boop. You go into my secret lab. It's underground and stuff. And there's my helper Igor. And a logistic pipe system in order to pull pipes over here, or pull things over here, which comes in handy. So if I need, I can just grab them and it sends it. Sometimes it takes a little while, but you know, it's convenient. I don't have to walk back. This is a really shoddy thing that I use to auto harvest sugarcane. We still do it manually, but these are block update detectors. Basically, whenever I keep saying sugarcane grows up to this block, it updates, which hits a trigger, and then that trigger will move the pistons, and the pistons all hit and go into the vacuum hoppers. And then the vacuum hoppers pipe all the stuff into the chest that gets taken. And then here's an auto wheat system. So I got a bunch of cows on the sewage things to make fertilizer over here. The fertilizer is pumped into these machines. Oh wow. Why do you not have... That's weird. I'll need to fix that later. So the the fertilizers and the planters and the harvesters all kind of work together to make wheat. The wheat go into the cyclic assembler. I think I said that correctly. That has a pattern for bread, and that goes into there. So that's our sustainable food, although we prefer to do other things. And I just use floodlights to... Of course, it's always bad to do that because it usually breaks the food, but it is what it is. I'm gonna go back to the tower. But this was just a simple, quick little server tour. I just wanted to show everybody, give an update on what's happening. I'm gonna try playing the new trials. There's a couple point-and-click adventures I want to play. There's a bunch of stuff. Hopefully some multiplayer. I'm hoping to record some Payday 2, get some full stealth heist going, and maybe even some Diablo 3. But I haven't fully chosen what all I'm going to do now. Most games I pick on a whim, but I'm going to try to really finish them since that hasn't happened much, either from life getting in the way or YouTube shutting it down with stupid content ID matches and stuff. So I will just see you guys then. Bye.